Hello everyone, my course reflection I choose to focus on is the course outcome 2, where I look at the role of professional relation to social structure, privilege, oppression, allyship, empowerment of community members. This concept stood out to me. Because it shows the difference between performative allyship and authentic allyship. It was discussed in class 11, where I now understand what it actually means to be an allyship. I'll be reflecting on it, showing what I learned, how it impacted me, how I will impart this knowledge as a future social service worker. Before this, I understand that allyship simply means someone who support or stand up for a person or a group. But in class 11, it basically helped me to understand and show that it does not always mean that someone is practicing authentic allyship. One thing that basically stood out to me is the chart that showed the difference between performative allyship and authentic allyship in class 11, slide 19. Performative allyship involve actions that are temporary, low risk, and mainly shows that they are supporting, while authentic allyship goes further. It requires continuous supporting, taking actions, making decisions, working with the community, not just making decisions for them. This connects to another class 5, nothing about us or without us. To me, this means that people are directly affected by an issue should have a voice in decision making or that affects their life. As a future social service worker, this is important to recognize that power may have a professional, the power that we have professionally to empower people rather than taking away their power from them. This topic has a lasting impact on me because it made me to reflect on my previous consideration on what allyship is. For example, people may share something on social media events, using land acknowledgement, doing public shows and supporting the community. Before this course, I would consider this as an authentic allyship. But now I understand that after all this, what are the actions that are taking? Am I willing to listen to the community? Am I willing to continue to support this issue? When nobody is watching, what are the things that I'm doing? One example that basically stood out to me was this Solidar House, where indigenous youth were involved in identifying their problem and developing way to find a solution. Another example was the Better Tent City, where people experienced homelessness were involved alongside with the community organization. This example shows that it means to work with people than for people. Research also shows that performative allyship involve low actions and just majorly focusing on the allyship image than taking actions that demonstrate the work. As a future social service worker, I want to apply this learning. First, I want to become more aware of my actions before I post or participate in any community service. I want to ask myself, am I doing it at the center of people or I am doing it for myself? Secondly, I want to work directly with clients and community. I want to listen to them and not just assume what is going on. I want to interact with them so I could work with them as a better ally if I'm going to stand up or advocate. I also want to advocate to them. Could also advocate for change in public services or service when there's a barrier that affects people that I work with. Overall, the most thing that I took out of our course learning is allyship, where it showed me the difference between performative allyship and authentic allyship. This taught me the true meaning of allyship, and makes me to understand before posting or involving myself in anything, I have to ask myself if I'm willing to continue working or advocating for this certain community, if I'm really committed to this. As a future social service worker, I also want to remember to always ask people what they are going through, work with them, and basically not just assume. This is the kind of allyship I want to be. Thank you.